What is going on, guys? Today is week 3 of this prop firm challenge that I started. I opened up a 25K account with Tradeify, and I am working towards getting a payout. I just got home from work. I work from 6 a.m. to 2:30. I'm on West Coast time. I primarily try to trade market open because usually I have about an hour of a commute in the morning, and and my video is messing up, but we're gonna roll with it. So yeah, this morning I took 2 trades. Let's see. You can see on this home page. Right now my account is up $726. 3 trading days. I have not hit my objective of $1,500 yet, and my consistency is not at 20%. So still pretty far away from a payout, but let's go to this trading journal. I like to look at this, check this every single day. So today I had 2 trades. I am in the green, $72, but really it was just kind of a break-even day. I actually did get a good trade setup, but I exited pretty early because I didn't have confidence in it. Let's open up the charts and take a look at what I saw today. So my first trade this morning, actually both trades were on ES today. It was kind of lagging just a little bit, but you can tell. Let's mark out market open real fast. On market open, we had these just huge red candles going straight down. I think that NASDAQ is even worse. Yeah. So you just have those really big red candles going straight down. I was looking for moves down. I was pretty bearish on the day. We had this draw in liquidity right there on the 1 hour, and we had this one right there, and we had these ones down here. So there's really good targets for downside, and right as market opened, it basically just took out all those and didn't give any sort of entry. 1, 2, 3, and like one 15-minute candle. Um, and so obviously, it looks like NASDAQ went a little bit lower um, than the S&P, and so I just saw like a really quick opportunity in the morning time on the S&P. We had so we had, let me delete this real fast. We had that big red candle down, basically took out the obvious target, which was right here. I think that was a 1 hour low. This is the nearest one. NASDAQ took it out. ES did not. It barely stopped right before it. And on a retrace, we got a pretty good 5-minute candle going up. And it just seemed like super obvious that NASDAQ was going to push down one more lower. And that ES was going to take out this equal lows that it set right off morning rip. So let's see. Yeah, so this first trade, and I was actually, since we were taking out the liquidity to the bottom side, I was hoping to target longs to take out basically the highs that it left. That seemed like a pretty probable play for today, but it did not end up playing out. And so for this short, I was only targeting those equal lows essentially because it just seemed super obvious. I didn't think price was going to nuke even after that. Just fucking Hiroshima down there. It just didn't seem like an obvious play. So I wasn't banking on that. I didn't want to bank on that. This play was already a little risky to me just because the R&R was like 1-to-1 and I wasn't super psyched on it, but we started getting that 5-minute retrace up. I think I marked out this fair value gap. It's the only obvious fair value gap on the 1 minute. And as soon as we got the break of that candle, which was right here, I went short and I just targeted these lows right here, which was like obvious drawn liquidity target. So as you can see, took that out. I think I got $70 on it, or maybe it was like $80. And then we had a retrace and it went even lower. I wish I would have. I also only went in 2 contracts on S&P, which is like really low. I think like a standard size on S&P is probably going to be like 6 contracts. So it was like 1/3 of my standard size. Just really, I'm just not, I haven't been aggressive trading. And I think I need to change that and start being a little bit more aggressive because I'm having like decent plays, but I just don't have the confidence in them or the aggressive entries slash contract sizes, and it's like really affecting me. So, so then price kind of played out, and I've been getting kind of lucky around this 10 a.m. candle, like between 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And so, kind of saw the same thing today where we were getting a reversal off this 1 hour fair value gap, and I think we had like 15-minute. I was waiting when it's like 9:30 to 10 a.m. I'm very cautious on my confirmations because market's just so choppy at that point that like you just don't really want to get stuck in that chop, and it could just take your stop losses over and over again. So I gave it one shot because I only made $70 this morning, and so I had a little bit of a buffer, but also I wasn't like willing to like risk like too much money on this. But I waited for this 15-minute break of structure right here on this green candle, and then this very next candle you got to pull back on the 5-minute. It looks like, yeah, filled in this fair value gap. Anyways, but you filled in this fair value gap right here. I went down to the 1 minute, and on 1 minute you had some manipulation. You're in bearish structure, while the 5-minute and the 15-minute were in bullish structure. And so I just waited for that structure to flip, and I think it flipped right here. We had this green candle and a red candle, so this local high. You broke structure on that candle. I entered on the next candle, which was a pretty good entry. I was happy with it. I put my stop losses below these lows, and my first take profit was going to be these highs right here on the 5-minute, which would also be the very beginning of this bearish fair value gap on the 1 hour, which seemed like an obvious place for price to reverse. And again, like just chop, super sketchy. I think on this pullback right here, I was watching the chart. It reversed, got another break of structure on the 1 minute, so I put my stop loss below these lows, which was like a really, really tight stop loss. And then I almost got stopped out right here, and then it went in my direction, and I actually checked the charts right here, and I for sure thought my TP was going to get taken because it seemed like super obvious. But at this point, I did move my stop loss above my take profit level or my entry level just to like secure the position, and of course, I just got edged, and price went all the way back down and stopped me out for like a really small loss, probably because of commission fees. I think I entered with 4 contracts this time, so it was like a decent size trade. I was up like $200, which would have been, pretty close to 300 on the day, which is kind of a bummer, but that's kind of the game you play. I feel like 9 out of 10 times this probably sweeps this high before it reverses anyways, but price came down, did the same thing again, literally just came back up there. But so yeah, not a bad trading day, not a good trading day, but basically I'm pretty happy with a green day, any kind of green day. So once I got out of that first trade and I had some kind of cushion, I really didn't want to lose that money, even though I got back into another trade. I was being like really risk averse and eager to move my stop loss as close as I could to my entry level and looking for like really any invalidation to get out, because I just wasn't really happy with this price action. You just seemed like you were going in circles there. So yeah, just got to be a little more aggressive. Like I said, if I would have entered with 4 contracts on this first trade and I was able to take off 2 or 3 right in the obvious place, obvious target, and then let the other one ride for this next target TP and this fair value gap, then that would have been a pretty good trade on the day, and I probably could have been done right there. But that's something that I need to be better at. I'm going to do a little bit of back testing on FX Replay today and try to just sharpen up my skills and keep working at this until we get profitable and we get this payout from Tradeify prop firm. So that'll be it for today. I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow if I trade. Yesterday was a no trade day, so I didn't take anything as bank holiday. But yeah, cool. See you guys later.